All right, here we go.
All right. Well,
We just saw the Odyssey,
we just saw the Odyssey.
which is a description of how long it took.
The Odyssey. So it was 20 years long, the trip, and that's how long the movie seemed.
Yeah.
All right. So it's how old is that? 3,000-year-old story. So I don't think we even need to see spoilers. Although this is a different interpretation of the pure story.
Yeah, well, and let's.
We can start with, what do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Oh, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
So I'm honestly mid.
Really?
I wouldn't give either.
Really?
Yeah. There were a few parts that I was like, oh. Again, we had to see the movie. This is one of the biggest
Oh yeah, no, we had to see
hype
it.
of the year, no question. And the theater was
So what
full
holds you
on
back?
a Tuesday.
Without spoilers.
It just, to me, there was a lot of boring. It was really boring.
Really?
I would have fallen asleep if the seats were more comfortable.
Well, that's the other thing
and
too.
so
We're in
it's-
IMAX theater here.
I feel, it's a 2.5, 3 hour movie, and it could have been a 2 hour movie, I think.
No, they probably could have. Yeah, but I got to say, look, I'm going to say that
So that's, to me, on a scale of 0 to 10, it's a 5.
Really?
I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm trying to
I
decide whether or
wouldn't
not
watch
we need
it
to
again.
pause while the person with the little Mustang
They're
goes
usually
off
pretty
and does
good.
does their little thing.
We'll pause a sec.
Hold on a second. We'll just pause. Okay.
Okay.
So the dude with the Mustang with the pretend with the built-in noisemaker
Right.
is gone.
Purposely drilled out muffler. I don't know what you do.
Whatever they do.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to get a better podcast studio. We got to double, triple what we spend on rent.
Yeah.
Okay. For me,
mid for you.
I got to go back and think of Christopher Nolan movies. I think he's the most overrated director. But this has been a year of older directors who have really good movies. The Disclosure Day comes to mind. That was disappointing.
I'm going to say that I think this is the best movie we've seen.
Okay. Listen, I'll.
Well, and let me tell you why. In spite of the fact, and look, this is 2026, so my attention span is about 5 minutes long. And for this movie to be almost 3 hours long, I found it captivating.
Captivating.
I was engaged the entire time. I thought they did a skillful job of going, utilizing flashbacks and whatnot, and weaving the story
you see,
back
and
and forth.
I felt the flashbacks kept breaking the flow.
Really? No, well, and in a way, you need that in a 3 hour movie in order to keep you engaged, because it's hard to maintain focus. In the 2026, it's hard to maintain focus for 3 hours.
Sure, yeah, like I said,
and so
I found
so
the
I
movie
think that was
overall
actually
boring.
Yeah.
I was really, when he finally returns and he's dressed as a beggar.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not super familiar with the Odyssey.
I couldn't tell you.
And I haven't seen. I think I tried to watch
bits and pieces like Cyclops and Hydra.
Yeah, right.
Some of the mythology I'm vaguely familiar with, but I couldn't tell you the story.
Yeah. Well, and this is there was a recent one a year ago, 2 years ago with Ralph Fiennes, the Odyssey, and I tried to watch that and I got 20 minutes in there. Yeah. So this did keep me engaged, but now I was watching on streaming at home. Yeah. I don't know if I would have made it through. I'm actually pretty sure I would not have made it through this.
This at home.
At home.
Yeah.
That's my.
Well, and I don't think who would today, right? So it was a lot to ask of the audience. Hey, and I will say this: the the audience burst out in applause at the end of the movie.
One person
No,
behind
wasn't
us.
well, burst out in applaud.
Yeah. You know,
No, there were multiple people that applauded.
I heard
if I'd been faithful, if I'd been faithful to my feelings,
it might have been one group.
If
but
I'd
I
been
think it was
faithful to
one
my
person.
feelings, I would have applauded as well.
Okay.
I enjoyed the movie.
okay.
It was a good ride.
Yeah. No,
In spite of the fact that at first my problem was I was kind of taken out of the movie by the familiar A-list actors and actresses that are in it.
100%.
Especially it started off like a Spider-Man movie.
So, it's Tom Holland being Tom Holland. It's Matt Damon.
Tom Holland.
The only one
Tom Holland looked like a 2026 Tom Holland. He did not look like a Middle Ages or ancient.
The standouts, we'll go through the performances. Robert Pattinson, who I think plays the main scumbag suitor.
Yeah.
Like, he was good.
Yeah.
I hated him.
Yeah, he was good.
John Leguizamo.
Tom Holland was Tom
I thought
Holland
was
throughout
very
the whole
good.
damn movie.
And I couldn't. And the only part.
But Matt Damon.
So, at the end, that he
I thought he did a good job.
His acting was good, and
but there were a few people that, like Tom Holland, Matt Damon.
Who was the wife? Man, her name's been.
She's in every movie this
I know.
year.
I can't remember her name.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Jeez, man, it was killing me the whole time.
Yeah, so
and she did a good job.
Yeah, they did a good job. But again, at first, it took me a while to settle into the movie because they were taking me out of the movie because they're so recognizable.
Right.
So recognizable.
No, it was hard. It's funny because, do you remember Troy? The movie Troy, 10 years, 15 years ago. Well, you know, who plays...
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know I know what you're talking about.
Is it Sean Bean who plays Odysseus in that? Well, anyway. It was a Matt Damon movie, and that kind of takes you out of it. So that was...
But I will say this. Now that I've seen this movie, I know that my goal in life, my ultimate goal in life, is for 7 years to be held as Charlize Theron's sex slave.
Oh, for 7 years?
For 7, I'll go for longer, but he got 7 years. So,
I will eat that.
So that's.
I will eat that lotus plant.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Feed me the lotus plant, and
let's live on the beach and eat
live
fish
on the
every
beach
day.
and no.
So
I mean, that by itself gets it a 10. You got to work down from there.
So again, let's see where could we go next? I wanted to mention that.
What did you think about the cinematography?
Yeah, all the parts of that movie, that was all done well. I will say, like, I'm kind of done with IMAX.
Are you?
I might be on IMAX where you're with the D-Box, the shaky seats.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That it's like, I'd much rather see that in the other theater.
Be comfortable in a regular...
Being comfortable. To me, the movie itself, the visuals looked flat, but I said that to you during the preview.
Yeah, and it could have been the theater.
So, okay, we can go... I want to say that one real quick. It was very annoying because we thought there weren't going to be previews.
Yeah, I was misled.
I think we need to start. I'm almost ready to just be like, let's ask, because they'll do that now. They'll tell you, and that must have been what happened. Because the annoying thing to me was they hadn't even started the previews till like 4:40. It was a 4:30 showing.
And we got at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes.
I looked. It was 5:30 before they started with all the regular upfront stuff.
Yeah.
And people were filing in. The movie theater was about 75% full.
Which, given the fact that the front rows don't count, it was close to
capacity.
It was close to full.
100%. Because you showed
I would say it was the biggest crowd that we've had in a movie.
100% of what I think since we've been doing this. That's certainly true. For a Tuesday,
Oh
afternoon.
yeah, Tuesday at 4:30 supposedly.
Again,
and you had 200 people in there.
I'm not saying thumbs down. I'm not giving it a thing, but I couldn't recommend it.
Really?
Unless
even if you were sitting in the comfortable seats.
Even if I think in the couple of seats I would have fallen asleep. That and trying to time when I would go to the bathroom because I knew it was going to be 3 hours.
Yeah, and I think we're allowed 5 minutes for every hour of movie time. We're allowed 5 minutes of podcast time, so that means we probably got a good 30 minutes of podcast time right here.
Yeah.
Because that movie was long.
It was long. Again, that part of it. So there's a lot of controversy because it's not time accurate. I think the ship they're using is a Viking ship.
Oh yeah.
People bothered by that. Didn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
People were bothered because they kind of speak with modern language.
Yeah.
I got very confused by the when they were talking to the dead. I couldn't follow exactly what was being said. He's kind of speaking.
Because we needed subtitles or what? Or just because they
potentially. So that was the one period where he was kind of talking in riddles.
Yeah.
Or maybe
philosophies.
Now that was another complaint. Was the and I think that's a complaint with Christopher Nolan movies. Some sound is really loud, and then dialogue, and apparently that's very uncomfortable to watch at home because you have to keep zooming up and zooming down. Yeah. But I had a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, surprisingly, I don't know what else to say, Frank. What else do we say since you're kind of mid on it? Nah.
Yeah, you'd give it a thumbs up.
I do. You give it a thumb sideways.
Yeah, I wouldn't say good or bad. It's not a movie I would watch again or I'll really think too much about. I would guess because of its popularity, it's a movie a lot more people are going to see, so people will talk about it. So I've seen it.
Well,
and I also was not excited about the movie.
That period. I mean, the whole nights.
I would. I love that.
You love that. I mean, that's your jam, right?
That's
you
my
love
jam.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about that part of the movie?
Yeah. So one of the other criticisms they get is the gods are only portrayed. The only female gods are actually portrayed, and that might be a thread to pull on. All of the male gods were basically nature. So they talk about Poseidon and Zeus, but it was only weather that they. Yeah. But you actually see the personification of Athena, and I'm not great on Greek mythology.
I don't remember who they all were.
But the Cyclops.
What did you think about the Cyclops?
So, and again, this is the kind of stuff when I was in high school I cared nothing about. I'm a lot more into the symbolism in that the Cyclops, the whole thing with it is myopic. So that's kind of how he ate two guys and then goes to sleep. Apparently that was much less supernatural, and Nolan is so that was one review I heard is there's really no wonder in this. I was really hoping I was getting more excited, like I said, once he returned, and then it was going into flashbacks. But that's the part we could talk to because they talk about the sea people, and I think the book that it's based on goes more into this, and they talk a lot about Zeus's rules.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
you've got a
code or something.
Yeah,
Zeus rules or whatever.
And I guess he essentially. Odysseus has PTSD from feeling responsible for the rape of Troy.
Well, that was one of the things I was going to say.
This was R-rated as well.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I didn't see a reason for it to be R-rated. There was no cursing.
Maybe the violence gets it there? I don't know.
The violence really wasn't bad, so that was very surprising to me.
There wasn't nudity.
This wasn't...
I don't remember any nudity.
I don't remember any curses or no nudity, and the violence... I've
seen worse, I think.
100%. Saving the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, like where you like they portray, they don't like, he feels guilty of it, and you know, Matt Damon, I felt for him, and that really goes. So they talk about the sea people, the people from the sea, and that's this existential threat. They're worried for Ithaca. That's the big reason that they need another king, because without a king they can't raise an army. And all the Greek city-states are hearing about these sea people who don't follow Zeus's, was it Zeus's code? Whatever they referred to it as. And then he feels guilty because really the whole way they get into Troy is because of the...
They
violated
the code.
it by you know, building a thing to... So I thought that was good because it was a whole allegory or a thing on they know their civilization. The Bronze Age is coming to an end. The Greek civilization is ending.
Well, and that's the other thing I was going to say that I liked about it. The Odysseus character arc.
Yeah.
Character development, right? I mean...
yeah. Let's go to this.
I'm just saying. I mean,
so a guy goes away to war, right?
Yeah.
His wife is like, let's run off, go to the West. Mm-hmm. And this goes into like what the decisions that have to be made. As the leader, he's got to go. 10 years on that damn beach, right? Or do we make allegories with military adventurism? Oh no, I'm gonna go good with this. Let's go to Vietnam.
Well,
let's go to Iraq. Let's go to Afghanistan.
Okay, let's do it in about 60 seconds, though.
Yeah. I could keep going on this because I like going down this road. So he's got this Odyssey. All he wants to do is come home, but he feels guilty. And so what does he do? What do we find out he's doing for 7 years? He's getting fucking bowls out high on drugs. That was a huge problem for soldiers coming back from Vietnam.
Yeah, and forgetting.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he's finding the Odyssey is he's finding himself, and he's forgetting, you know, what he trying to deal with what he did. He was responsible for the whole rape. Like I said, is if Christopher Nolan wanted to make it more shocking, they don't. I don't see how it got rated R.
They're not too explicit with it. Yeah,
when it really could have, from all eyes, it could have been PG-13.
But it wasn't just.
That's not my problem with the movie.
It wasn't just the downfall of Troy that he was guilty about. It was also the fact that all his men, you know, being responsible for all his men dying and all that kind of stuff. And
well, the big one was the Elliot Page character, which I did think that was terrible casting, but where they lied to him, and he had to believe that lie because the Trojans come out, they left one soldier.
Right. Yeah, right.
You know, and that was a horrendous. So they do get some of that because all the art, everything we know about the Trojan horse is it had wheels.
Yeah, no, that was
and they
unique.
made it a huge.
And again, I don't know what the real story is or the real, but I thought that too. Every representation I've ever seen of it is it was on wheels and it was wheeled in through the gate.
And
blah,
so
blah, blah.
you're thinking about it, because I'm like, man, they made it a real pain in it. That does make it, because they were talking about burning it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that was I don't, you know, like I said, I didn't really pay attention in English class if we did go over the Odyssey. But think about the horror of that. It's like, man, they could have burned those guys alive.
So instead,
the horse sit in there.
The horse is beached like it was from a shipwreck or something. It's in there, and they have to haul it back.
I've always seen it like portrayed with made from the ship junk. So it didn't. That one was a piece of art.
Oh yeah.
And I would think the Greeks were really good craftsmen, that they would do monuments.
Well, and it was also
like
interesting that they showed us the story from inside the horse.
Mm-hmm. And they were in there for days.
Yeah.
And the first time the surf comes up, a bunch of guys. Horrid. Like, so how do you hide that smell, right? Like,
I don't know.
3-4 days of. You know, I don't know how many guys they had, 15, 10, 15.
Yeah.
You know, they portrayed it much smaller. I always remember it being like bigger.
Yeah.
And
that was interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was good. You know, and again, that's some of what we talk about today. in our society, right? We have fundamental issues with our economy. The whole thing. It's a lot of ways it seems like a house of cards. You know, many people in the United States over the last 20 years, right? We had the internet crush. We have the 2008 crisis, which everyone says in hindsight was, oh my God. I feel like we're moving towards that with AI.
Okay, that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole other podcast. It is. All right, maybe that's a good place to cut it. I don't think I have anything else. I think I got my, like I said, is the amount of applause we can disagree on, but there was definitely...
In my head, 150 of the 200 people in there were
it was one group. I think it was like 2 or 3 people, and they were right behind us.
Okay.
But again, I don't recommend it.
So where does this fall on the Supergirl scale?
So I will hold, and I'm
better or worse than Supergirl?
This was better than Supergirl, in my opinion.
That might be. This was. I will also say. See, we both agreed that this was better than Supergirl.
Okay, there you go.
We both agree that this.
So here we go.
This is the Supergirl movie. The Supergirl movie rating scale. We've both agreed that this one's better than Supergirl.
No, I'm excited for Spider-Man: Brand New Day. So we got that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that looks like it'll be good.
That'll be good.
All right, anything else?
No, fantastic. Thanks if anyone actually listened to this.
All right, we're out.
Bye.